Have you ever felt a whisper of guidance, like an inner knowing inside, or a profound sense of protection, a feeling like you are being guided? Well, that feeling, my friends, that's your guardian angel stepping in to guide your path. And if you've ever wondered, what are the signs for my guardian angels, or how do I learn their name, or how do I connect with them and call on them for guidance? Then this episode is for you. We are diving into the beautiful truth of the angelic support available to us at all times, how to hear them, trust them, and connect with them daily. This is another episode of Dear Guides on Dear Gabby, and in these special episodes, I am joined by psychic mediums, and together we channel messages from spirit on topics that we know you love. We talk as spiritual development experts, but also as channels. And today I'm joined by one of the world's most beloved angel communicators, my beautiful friend, Radleigh Valentine. Welcome to Dear Guides, Radleigh. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Babe, I love having you here on the show.
Oh, God, I'm so excited to be here.
You are a fan favorite here, my friend.
Thank you.
And today we're talking about angels. We're going to give everybody this experience that we've been doing on this show, Dear Guides, where you and I speak as spiritual experts, but we also call on the guides. And on today's show, call in the guardian angels. Before we bring in the angels, although they're already here, because when we were driving over here, you were like sweating and you're like, I'm just getting downloads all morning, Gabby.
Right.
So before we really bring them in to give us the messages, I want to just ask you as the expert, who are our guardian angels?
Guardian angels are the single most important resource that you're not using. If you are not using this incredible gift from the divine, you are completely missing out, because these guardian angels are these guides that are specifically dedicated to you. These guardian angels are literally assigned to you, not at one birth, not at two births, all births.
So for every incarnation of our soul,
every single
we have the
one.
same guardian angels.
You do. They may not present themselves the exact same way each incarnation, because you're different this time. This time you're the fabulous Gabby Bernstein, but maybe last lifetime you were Bert who drove a truck.
Okay.
And so the guardian angel you currently have is not going to necessarily even have the same name or anything, but it is the same entity.
Okay.
And because of that, they know everything about you. They know stuff that you can't even envision, because they remember you being Bert, and they remember you being Princess Grace, and they remember you being all the different incarnations that you've had. And so that's part of how they help us. But it's a relationship that is so poignant and so precious and so incredibly fantastic.
Can I unpack this a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we all have one guardian angel. More. We could have more.
So this is a question that is not everybody agrees upon, and I hate to take something that seems like such a simple question and make it just a tiny bit complicated, but I personally think that it is possible to have more, and that's what I've said my entire career. But as of late, I've started to become suspicious that when people experience multiple guardian angels, it's still the one single guardian angel splitting themselves into three versions of what you need.
I see. Okay, so they may present as different energies or different visions to really help us through different specific issues.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. I love that. You know that I've been channeling an angel for probably 20 years now, that I've known that she's there. And her name is Lily.
Yes.
I would channel her when I was working with different people, or if I was trying to heal myself, and I'd hear her name and I could see her visually. Like, she's this very beautiful, almost 20-something looking, beautiful blonde, long hair.
Yes.
Can you see her?
Right there.
You do. Is that what she looks like?
Yes,
So
100%.
You're confirming that.
Yes, I was thinking in my mind, I swear to gosh, you cannot make this stuff up. But literally, I was going, I totally see her, and that's exactly what she looks like.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
So Lily's here.
Yes.
So Lily's right next to me, and she has always presented, like I said, as this beautiful 20-something long blonde hair. She was confirmed to me by Rebecca Rosen, who will be on the show. She's another psychic medium, and Rebecca years ago was like, "Who's Lily?" Every time I have a reading, someone's like, there's an L name, or who's Lily? And, I've even named one of my cats Lily after her. And so Lily's always been this presence that's around me. And I do feel her energy, and I know that she's there. So that sense of knowing, that's a first step in connecting to the angel, correct?
Yes. And yet, I also think that there's a first step that's really important that has to do with searching. It's about seeking. It's about, this is what I want. I want this in my life. And so I'm going to embrace it. Guardian angels, all angels really for that matter, have this entire way about them where they will not interfere.
Yeah.
There is it's like Star Trek where we have the prime directive where we do not interfere. And the angels are also like, we just need you to ask for our help.
Okay.
And so there is that part, but unless we've had a significant experience in our life to sort of shock us into awareness, having the angels as a part of your life is about seeking. It's about desiring. You have to want it.
You have to want it. And anyone that's watching right now wants it, because there's no chance in hell that they would have pressed play on this video if they weren't
It's
being
truly,
called to.
It's cray-cray not to want it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's cray-cray not to want it.
It really is.
So what's the difference, Radleigh, between a guardian angel and just general angels that are out there, or archangels or spirit guides? What's the difference?
Yeah, so guardian angels, I think, are the main focus is you, 100%. It's just you. Archangels is a different sort of experience because they're more dedicated to planet Earth, but also you. And so Archangel Michael, one of the most famous of all the archangels, is about safety and protection and life purpose. These are things that are core importance to the human experience. For example, archangels are omnipresent. So they can be with Gabby, and they can be with Radleigh, and they can be with Mark and Jeff and Schaefer and all the people in the worlds that we love and care about at the exact same time.
Yes.
Guardian angels is a direct focus. It is you
All
and
about
nobody else but you.
Like a cat.
Like a dog.
Like a dog or a cat.
We're going to have a dog-cat thing.
We'll have a dog-cat thing.
We will.
But it is. It's like your cat that only wants to be near you.
Right.
Only wants to support and serve you.
Right.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't mean that they can't have an interaction with another person, but they're doing it at your bequest, or they're doing it at on your behalf.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. And what are some signs that our guardian angels are near?
If you are seeking actively, it's comfort, it's peace, it's a sense of my favorite emotion of all is awe.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
awe.
Yes.
And so a sense of awe in the universe. But on a more subtle version, it's these signs. It's like, oh, here's a white feather. I once was trying to make a very important decision, was sitting in my living room, and happened to look down, and there was a white feather like this big
just
on the ground. How does that get in your living room?
Correct.
It didn't. It's like,
ooh, can we all ask for white feathers right now? Everybody, ask for a white feather for your
white
sign.
feather for your signs,
for your guardian angel.
For your guardian angel.
So let's do that. Let's invite everybody. Ask your guardian angel to present you with a white feather. Do we give them a timeline?
You have a friend who says the same thing, that being specific is important.
Yes.
So I think it's great to do that, but it's also important to also not control it. Yes, perfect word.
Yeah, you don't really want to be playing magic tricks with your angels. They're not
genies.
Yes, right.
They're not genies.
They're guides.
Right. And as infuriating as it can be, they know better than you what is best for you. Right. And yet, remember, non-interference. So when they are doing that, when you are asking for something very specific and you want it, and you are certain that this is what you want, and you get something else, that is because they are also fully aligned and in tune with what your prime directive is, what your personal spiritual soul purpose is that perhaps you're not awake to.
That's an important point I want to get to, but I also want to mention that we haven't officially called in the angels, but they've been with us since I picked you up in the car this morning.
Like an hour and a half before that.
Everyone knows my hand goes numb, so this hand is already kind of just like in it. This is my cue.
Well, this is receiving too.
This is receiving,
right.
Correct. But let's really bring the angels into this conversation, not just for us, because they're already here for us, but for the viewer.
Right.
Because I want to help the viewer call in their guardian angel to this conversation so that they get the exact messages that they need. So I can sort of tee up how I like to call in the energy of spirit, and then I'm going to let you do your call-in prayer, okay?
Okay.
I always like to say that I welcome in the guidance of the highest truth and compassion to enter into the room. So the only people invited to the party today are the highest truth and compassion. My angel Lily, My guardian angel Lily is next to me. We've got your guardian angel, and welcoming in the guardian angels of all those who are watching to give them the messages of the highest truth and their highest purpose today. I'll let you take it away.
So what is so extraordinary and so magical is that the guardian angels are so excited that you are here. They've been waiting for this moment, perhaps all your life, or maybe you've had this experience in the past, but you haven't been able to quite recreate it. But they're here today because what they want more than anything is a connection with you. What they want more than anything is for you to know the magic that you were divinely guided to have in this incarnation, but maybe you forgot. And so the guardian angels are here with you to help you to have an experience. It might feel like a whispered word, or it might feel like a fluttering feeling. Perhaps it's just a knowingness that you are experiencing, or perhaps you see a glimmer of light. But whatever it is, the guardian angels are here today, and they are on board, and they are ready to help you to have an experience that you cannot deny, so that you can know you are never, ever alone.
That's so beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They come to us, as you said, as like a whisper,
Yeah.
or sometimes a scent even.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a student who is literally the smell monster. I mean, she can smell anything. She knows what Archangel Michael smells like. She knows what everything smells like.
Okay,
it's so
and so
fascinating.
she gets this sense like, oh, that's the smell of Michael, or that's
Yeah.
the smell. Okay, very cool. I also wanted to acknowledge that the angels give us numbers in sequence.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
The angels are 444, right? That's like the sign that the angels are
It
there.
absolutely is. My room number at the end is 4.
That's the room you
Or
chose.
but it's so not a surprise.
Yes, totally.
And yesterday I couldn't get away from 4s. There was even a moment where we were in the car together and you were driving 44 miles per hour, and it's like literally right. It's like everywhere. So
Yes.
444s are great, and there's other numbers that the angels talk through. Really great way for people who don't feel like they're intuitively aligned yet, but they're very analytical to get a message from the angels. White feathers, pennies on the ground, doves. It's and this can be very fine-tuned to you.
Can we ask the angels now to guide us to really welcome in the name of our angel? Yeah, because I know mine, you know yours.
Yes.
But the people watching, I doubt many of them know what their angel's name is.
Right. We have names, but let's just to take some pressure off of that for people. You could call your guardian angel mayonnaise. They don't care. Right. They just seriously don't care. I believe that the names that we are given when we are presenting ourselves for that information are numbers that for some reason resonate with us. There's a harmonic energy because there's a power to vibration of voice and sound. And so for whatever reason, Joshua came to me and it struck me. Lily came to you and it keeps showing up for you. And so that's powerful. But in the end, it is the connection that matters more than the name. But if you really want a name, and it's very human to want a name. It's very human to want a name because we use names as human beings. And so if you want a name, then it's about tuning in. The very first time that I heard Joshua's name, it was because I sat down in front of a picture of an angel that I'd had for 44 hours. And I just sat down and I thought I'd moved into a haunted house. I sincerely thought that. I was just bumping into stuff. I'd throw the laundry into the air. And a very wise yogi guru that I knew was like, what makes you think that this is something scary, Mr. Angel Boy? And it's like, and so I sat down and I looked at the picture and I said, hey, I'm Radleigh. You know me. I want to know you better. What's your name? And I heard, like human hearing, Joshua. Yeah. And my response was, thanks so much. That's good enough for today. And I left the house.
Yeah, great.
Because I was like, okay, that's enough.
You heard the voice. Yes,
I heard
it. Yeah.
But mostly when we talk about intuitive work, hearing is hearing inside the head.
Like you're reading.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I hear it.
That's really good.
It's
that's
like you're reading and you hear the voice of the
author. That's a really great way of putting it. You're right.
Yeah.
Or seeing with the mind's eye.
Yeah.
Or just knowing. But it's like you'll get a name and you don't have to question it. You don't even have to, you can just go, okay, I got Deborah. That seems weird. That doesn't seem like an angel name. It's like, so what? Go with it. And maybe it will slowly change to Doniel, but you're just making the connection because that's the thing that matters the most.
Can you and the angels help us call in the name of our guardian angel?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Totally. Let's do it. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to take a moment, and I just want you to take a breath, blow it out. Whatever's going on in the outside world is totally irrelevant and does not matter. You're just taking a moment to envelop your space in this beautiful white light. And in that place, you're going to close your eyes and you're just going to do exactly what I did, or whatever words you want to use. But take a moment to say, dear angels, I know you know me. I really believe that you know me and that you love me and you're there, but I need to experience this in a human way. So I'm asking you for, in this moment, with my heart open and my eyes closed, to just give me a name I can trust, a name that I can use over and over, a name that is meaningful and experiential to me. And I will not question. I will simply accept. I will simply embrace and have a moment of gratitude for this connection, for this first step, for what is to become between us.
Radleigh, wow. I just started hearing Lily, of course, but then I heard all the archangel names. Michael, Gabrielle.
They're in the room.
They just started listing them to me. And then I started hearing this song that I've meditated to for so many years. It's Calling All Angels.
Yes.
And and you know how they call in the angels at the beginning of the song? And then it's just like, it's almost like a marching sound. I started hearing that in my head, that song.
Yes.
And it was just, they were just like, boom, Gabrielle, Michael, Ariel. They just started listing the names. And then I heard Charity. I don't know what that is, but that's...
See, I think Charity, what I immediately was hit with is that is a past name of Lily for a past life for you.
Got it.
And you are moving into, without saying anything that I don't think you'd mind me saying.
Say anything.
You are literally moving into a place in your life where you are trying to create an experience for people that is more magical, where they have this same connection. That is a form of charity.
Yeah.
It is a form of mercy, and it is a form of your life purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I really feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that, because I feel like I've been given this gift that you just spoke of earlier. Like, it's a privilege to have this connection to our angels. And it's the best way to live. And it feels like I hear Gabrielle, because that's the messenger of, presentation, speaking, and communication.
Exactly. She is. Yes.
And I hear, do you think of Gabrielle as a female energy?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's like she's the archangel of the Annunciation. She's the archangel of giving birth and creativity.
Right.
It's just the church that likes their angels to be male.
Right. So if you guys heard a name from your guardian angel, please comment now the name of your guardian angel in the comments below. If you did not hear a name, remember, Radleigh said you can call them mayonnaise if you want, doesn't matter. Leave a comment and let us know the name of your guardian angel. So I hear that energy, and it's like this show, what we're doing right now, is this communication of truth.
It is.
It's a communication of truth. It's an expression of the remembrance of who we really are. There's no accident. If you're watching right now, there's no accident that your angel, particularly your guardian angel, brought you to this video right here, right now, to remember these truths. And this is a gift. This is a gift you've been given. And so I really want to get everybody rallied around that. The people that are part of this community here with this show, Dear Guides, we're an army of love, as Marianne DeMarco said. It's an army of love. And we're here to remember. We're here to remember. So today I want to really start to give you this opportunity with Radleigh to know how your angels can be called upon when you need help, because I think that's a big one. So many of us are suffering. I'm going to throw my hand in the air. There's just suffering. Like, being a human, having this human experience, particularly in this day and age, is a daily assault of extreme divisiveness, trauma, imagery that is absolutely horrific. We cannot wake up each day without being assaulted with, if you open your phone in any way, shape, or form, with judgment, comparison, separation, attack, violence, just complete division. It's a time where we need help. So how can we call on our guardian angels for help?
I wish I could sugarcoat any of that, and I can't. The words you are using are strong words, and yet they are 100% accurate. And I ask myself all the time, it's like, why did I pick now to be incarnated? What was the thing? Well, it's like, if you're incarnated now, you have got quite the purpose that you are meant to be creating. That doesn't mean that you have to be like some master person on planet Earth. You can have a powerful influence in what is happening to the people around you, but you're still a master. And so when we feel ourselves in this sense of assault, when we feel ourselves in this sense of it's too much, it's too much, it's too much, that's when it's important to take a moment and connect.
What I'm hearing too, and this is just channeling now, is that they're saying ask for the help. Don't it's just as simple as that. They're almost like writing it on a chalkboard, like ask for help, exclamation point. It's and then they're underlining it 25 times. It's literally as simple as that. If you don't ask, you won't receive. As Abraham says, ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. So these angels, particularly the guardian angels, are just waiting for you to ask them for help. And once you ask, you open this invisible door and you start to attune your frequency to this new energy. And I'm writing the first chapter of my new book right now, Radleigh. And it's really, really just involved with this one affirmation: I am willing to heal. Mm. And saying it in prayer, saying it in meditation. And I started using it this morning. Part of my experience writing this new book is actually living the practices. So I'm practicing the practices every single day to make sure that they're locked in for me, but they're being given to me. And so even just saying, I need help, just like I'm willing to heal, I need help, it takes like such a weight off. It's such a relief to just accept in the moment, I'm not alone. Help is here. Take that in. I'm not alone. Help is here. So take that thing right now that you have been controlling, take that thing that's been ruminating, take that thing you've been obsessing about, that relationship, that money issue, that physical condition, and just ask for help. Just say, I need help. And then breathe and see how that feels.
It's literally that easy and also that complicated. It's important to ask, but it's also important to listen.
Right.
You can't ask and then run away.
Right.
You can't ask for a moment of clarity and then throw yourself into the deep end of the pool of the truth of incarnation and life at this particular moment. You have to bob your head up out of the water every once in a while and go, what am I hearing? What am I feeling? What am I seeing? What do I just know?
What about those moments, Radleigh, when the angel just intervenes, which I know is rare because we have to ask typically, and it's our free will to invoke that energy of the angels, particularly the guardian angel. But there are times, and there's many stories and books written about this, and you've written about this, where there's just angel interventions.
What's 100%?
And can we just speak about what happens when they're just like, you're not asking, but I'm coming through?
Right. I believe it's because it's a turning point in your life. And it's like, perhaps they are watching you drift farther and farther away from the intended experience that you want to have. And so it's literally like, oh, I don't know. They're getting deeper and deeper in the pool. I don't know when they're going to bring their head up above water and it is time to swim. So they're going to like hit you with something. It could be life-threatening. We hear a lot about people talking about life-threatening experiences, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It may not even feel like a turning point to you, but it is.
People say, oh, that nurse that was in the ICU with me, and they're like, there was no female nurse on the floor, right? Or that voice that said turn right, and then the accident was left. Or yes. I actually had an angel intervention recently, really recently. It was right before I started this new show, Dear Guides. And I was sort of back in the same loop with my husband, just back in the loop of sort of this, you know how relationships have loops. We all
Right.
get into the loops. One
Totally.
person says one thing, it triggers the next thing, it triggers the next thing, and then it's a loop.
Yeah.
So I'm in the loop, and I just no longer can be in the loop because I'm so fully ingrained in what I'm meant to be doing. But the loop was starting, and all of a sudden my whole body just stopped. And I just literally said, we were about to start getting into the engagement of that fight. And I said, stop, I'm done. I can't. And I just went silent. My whole body went numb. And I started but not in a scary way. Like I knew
Right.
it was my guides coming through. And I felt like I was being literally taken over, but in a really, really wonderful, soothing, beautifully energetic way. And I felt Wayne Dyer come through, but then I felt the angels, and it literally felt like I was lying there and was like almost shaking, like, but in a vibrational attunement way.
Yeah.
And then these angels were over me. It was like these wings and this angelic energy over me. And they're like, no, we're not doing this. They came, they flooded me and said, we're not continuing this dynamic. You no longer do that. We're intervening. And it's what you just said. I wouldn't have shared that. It's a little bit personal, but I'm sharing it because of what you just said. You just said it's when they see you going in that direction that they don't want you to stay in. And they're like coming in, and they're like, no more. My angels were like, no way.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do think that we are on a time limit. If they see you diverting and they're starting to do the math and they're going, well, if one's going to carry the 2, nope, she's not going to get there. If she keeps going this way, boom.
And they need me to not just fulfill my life's function for myself, but to be a conduit for the messages that they're here to bring.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always tell people it's like we're all a piece of the puzzle. And if you're not presenting your fullness to the world, then your piece of the puzzle is missing.
Mm-hmm.
And when your piece of the puzzle is missing, do you see the big picture anymore? No, your eye's drawn exactly to where the piece of the puzzle is missing.
Right.
You've got to bring your piece.
We've got to bring our peace.
And also, you've got to have your peace. P-E-A-C-E.
Yeah. So as we close out the show, Radleigh, is there anything else that you and the angels that are in this space right now want to give us as a message?
Absolutely. There is a reason for what you're experiencing. And even if it doesn't feel good, even if it doesn't feel like I want to experience this anymore, then even that is a blessing. Even that is a gift. There is a place where you are being guided to, and that place is called joy. And it can be a twisty road. It can feel like a scary forest. But at the other end of it is your true nature. And if you can experience seeking your angels from the place of a child, from a place that is deep within you that you know you're meant to be, then that will allow you to find that place of joy. Because in the end, you're a child of the divine. And that's what you're supposed to be experiencing, joy.
Mm. Mm. The awe and the wonder and the
all of it,
synchronicities and the connectedness.
it's
and the
why
clarity.
we're here.
It's why we're here.
Yeah.
I hope everybody here had a really great experience of that clarity and that connection. I always like to give you guys presents at the end. And so another gift today, it's a meditation on how to connect to your angels. This is a powerful meditation that will help you once again invoke that energy of your guardian angel into your space today. It's totally free. You can grab it at the link in the description. And there's so many lessons that we've brought in here, and just so much love and so much connection in this angelic realm. And I'm just so grateful to have you as my friend. The angels are loud in this room, my friends, and their call to action for you, what I'm hearing now, is to welcome in the sign of the feather, to welcome that feather into your life today, to pay attention to that sign when it is revealed to you. And when you see that feather, don't write it off. Don't say, oh, no, that's not my angels. Say, thank you, angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you, angels. And another little message for my Gabby coaching members. You have a gorgeous meditation, the invoking of your guardian angel. It is in the Gabby coaching app. And I also want to mention, we've got Radleigh's beautiful angel tarot deck, and it's going to be linked in the description below. So my friends, we're going to link to your books as well down below. We've got Radleigh's books here. We've got my book, Super Attractor, where I talk about the angels. So if you want more of this wisdom, it's all here in the links below. Once again, I want to remind you that you are here. You made it to the end of a video that was about calling in your guardian angel. I'm going to say pretty comfortably that that's your calling. Your guardian angel welcomed you into this space today to hear this message, to receive this guidance and wisdom. And remember what we said. All you have to do is ask and listen to make sure that you are following the direction of your angels. They're always there. They're always present. They're always protecting you and guiding you. But it's your job to ask and it's your job to listen. I'm so grateful that you're part of this community. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, Radleigh Valentine. I love you. We're going to have a lot more episodes with Radleigh. And if you love this show, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you never miss an episode. We're going to be putting out more and more and more. There are so many more psychics and mediums and angel guides coming to this show. We're going to be doing tarot, and we're also going to be talking about astrology. It's all coming on these episodes of Dear Guides. Make sure to click that subscribe button and share this episode with your friends. I love you. Thank you for being here. If you liked this video and you want more, I want you to listen to my episode with Dr. Lisa Miller, How to Awaken Your Brain to Connect to Your Angels and Your Guides. Check it out here.